These two glass artists, NIKOLAI and TATYANA, never expected they would spend their days fighting Russia's justice system. But that's exactly what they have been doing for the past 2 years, after their son Julian was arrested and charged with terrorism. Together with 10 others, he's accused of plotting attacks during the World Cup and presidential elections. Charges his father calls absurd.
They were beating him up to make him say what was needed, but he didn't say anything. Then they transferred him to a different cell with 150 people, a bunch of criminals, whose job is to beat a testimony out of someone.
It's a conveyor. The secret police is in charge. Every day people get beaten up with their heads against the wall, beaten with a stick on their legs, heels, tailbone, and they go out of there and give any testimony they need. It's a factory.
Lawyers representing the families have filed the complaints of torture at the European Court for Human Rights. Police deny these claims. At the court in Saint Petersburg, supporters call for Julian's freedom. The trial is a rare opportunity for his parents and wife, who he married in prison, to see him. Julian and Viktor Vilinkov are the last two to stand trial in the case that has shocked many around Russia and has seen sentences of up to 18 years in prison. Family and friends of those on trial say that despite their fears they will continue to support them, and so have many others around Russia. Fabricated cases like these are allegedly on the rise, and rights groups fear that with Putin's last official years as a president there will be more repression. Amnesty International says thousands in Russia have been convicted on fabricated charges. According to the rights group, it's a way for judges and prosecutors to be promoted and for the country's leadership to send a stern warning.
The truth doesn't really matter. All that matters is the outcome. The people have to be found guilty, no matter what they actually did. And the methods for obtaining this verdict, they don't matter.
Like NIKOLAI and TATYANA, other parents in this case have campaigned for the release of their children. Young men they describe as non-violent activists, fighting against what they saw as the rise of nationalism and fascism.
He participated in a rally against animal torture. The article is called "This Cruel Russian Circus." They were demanding not to use animals in circus. And now this article describes our lives. It's the same cruel circus, but with people instead. What they do to our boys has become a circus.
Many fear that President Putin's plan to give the constitution priority over international courts will give them even less protection against cases like these, as families soon might have nowhere to go to seek justice. Vaessen, Al Jazeera, Saint Petersburg.